Hello, what is going on, everybody? This is MaceValor with Unfiltered. And yeah, I know I haven't been making content in a while, but I want to talk about the career that I'm a part of. And today, I have something, I wouldn't say necessarily special, but I would say something very informative. Once again, for homeowners, like my last video, because I feel like homeowners really need to get a better understanding of how much protecting their investment really means. Now, when I say that you want to protect your investment, I'm talking about saving money, right? An HVAC system, you know, even just a portion of it, it's not cheap. You know, it's quite a bit of money, and you want to do what you got to do to make sure that it's working properly. And that is what I am going to try and do. Break this down for you. So today I am riding on my own. My buddy Ryan is not with me. He's taking care of some stuff, and yay, I get to ride on my own, which I love for reasons, well, I don't want to bitch, gripe, moan, and or complain, because it's none of that. I just like to work my magic on my own. I got into this industry because I needed a job. I needed a career. I was tired of doing this and that without actually feeling like I was making progression. But at the same time, once I pursued this career and I actually got into the industry, I was like, holy crap, I really feel fulfilled because I'm actually helping people. And I've been looking at different things online, different videos and stuff of HVAC scams and all this stuff, right? So what I've noticed is that when it comes to companies coming out and presenting themselves and all this stuff, homeowners in these like hidden camera videos and stuff, it was all staged and ever, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of that really kind of applies. That homeowners are really, they're not, I don't want to say they're not intelligent. I don't want to present this as if I'm insulting homeowners. I'm not. I'm just saying that there's a lot that goes into maintaining your equipment, right? And this is a lot of stuff that people just aren't really taught or what have you. So the only way to say it is that homeowners are uneducated, right? And I would like to give some tips just for any homeowners that are watching on when you do have a representative from a company come out to evaluate your system, or someone to make a repair, or to someone just to do a simple maintenance, and just ways that you can protect yourself from not getting screwed in your pocketbook, okay? Because that's what really matters. If you're going to protect your investment, you don't want to do needless repairs, and you don't want to be screwed at the end of the day. So I would probably say, out of every tip that I can give, probably the number one thing is when you have a representative from a company come out, when you have an HVAC technician in your home, make fucking sure that they show you what they're talking about. In this hidden camera video, these guys, they come in the kitchen, they sit down with the homeowner and they talk, right? Now, talking is great, you're informing, you're educating, all that, but at the end of the day, none of that really means shit unless you actually take the homeowner over to the unit and you visually show them exactly what you're talking about and how it relates to the rest of the unit as a whole, right? So it's like you can talk and talk and talk, but when it comes to homeowners, they really want to make sure that their system is working properly and efficiently. And the only way to effectively do that is for the homeowner to visually see, and for you as a tech to take that extra time to take them over there and show them. Because it's in the best interest of everyone. It protects you, so as a tech, so it's not like, oh, well, I got scammed and it's his fault. It protects you because you went through all the steps, you visually showed them. And it also protects the homeowner from some of those unsavory characters that are actually out there. Another tip that I would say for homeowners especially is when you have a tech come into your house, and even if he shows you and everything, try to get really into it. Like, don't just be all like, oh, okay, well, if that needs to be fixed, it needs to be fixed. It's like, I mean, that's what a lot of techs want to hear, but at the end of the day, as a homeowner, get into it. Like, ask them the questions. Well, why is that? And you know, if they give like a simple answer, that should suffice, but really get into it. Like, I don't mean like drill them with a bunch of stuff that you're not going to understand, but get them to explain the science of it to them, of what they're talking about to you. So once you visually see what they're talking about, if you ask them, well, how does that relate? Like what is the scientific breakdown of that? Like, why is that an issue, and why should that be addressed on a scientific level? What's the scientific explanation? What is the fundamental operations of this, and how can you say it to me in like the most lofty way? Maybe not the word lofty, but you get what I'm saying. So have them break it down for you in a way that's like, wow, this guy really knows what he's talking about. Because a lot of times if you do that, they're gonna probably not even know. They're just gonna be like either stumbling over what they're trying to say, or they're just gonna try to get up there, but then bring it back down to the simplicity of it. That's gonna give you a good indication whether or not you're working with someone that truly understands everything that's going on. Now, I don't wanna sit there and like dime out a bunch of HVAC techs that may not know all the scientific components of it that are still really good techs. I don't want to throw anyone under the bus. I don't. But what I'm saying is, if you're going to have someone come to your home and you're going to be paying money out of your pocket for this service, you really want to get someone that really knows what they're talking about, right? You get what you pay for, right? Not all the time. If you pay and you have someone come out that truly does not understand everything that they're doing, and even still, if someone hasn't gotten all the formal education, but they've been doing it for a long enough time, they can break it down for you in a way that is scientifically viable, in a way that you can understand, and in a way that they can articulate. So make sure they show you what they're talking about and how it relates to your system, fully educate you. And at the same time, if in your best interest, get them to scientifically explain the fundamentals of why that's important and how that relates to the unit as a whole. Remember, all this goes back to the unit as a whole, right? And the reason why I say that is because it's an investment, right? If one part breaks down, it can lead to another part breaking down. It's this domino effect. So when it's your investment, you're talking about your whole system. And if you're pouring money into a minor repair, band-aids here and there, and then eventually a major repair, it's going to tack on. You're going to be spending more money on repairs than you will ever spend on replacing the system. And that's another thing that it comes down to. Another thing that I would say for homeowners is that when you have a system that's being evaluated and it's recommended for some reason for a field supervisor or a comfort advisor to come out to either give their take on the situation or to present an estimate for a replacement, make sure that comfort advisor is taking measurements, make sure they're doing calculations. Now, it's one thing for a comfort advisor to come over and just look at the system. Okay, this is what we got for you, good, better, best, what would you like? And they're basically, they start their spiel pretty quick. But if you have a comfort advisor come in, talks with you, gets to understand your own living habits and exactly how often you use the system and how your use of the system relates into your energy consumption for your home. And then he takes all that information and then he's like, all right, let me do some calculations, right? He looks around the house. He's like, all right, takes a look at the units, and the tech's already been there. So he's not going to really have to break everything down. The companies are, they're very tight with one another. So they're obviously going to communicate before they even get there. A lot of times a tech will call the comfort advisor to let them know, like, hey, I found A, B, and C. This is what's going on with the system. So when you get here, I can show you. And a lot of times the comfort advisors, the really good ones, they started out as installers or they started out as techs. Like they've physically worked on this with their hands and to a level to where, yeah, they're going to totally get it. So a really good comfort advisor, he's going to take measurements. He's going to do the calculations. He's going to make sure that you're going to have proper airflow. And really, really good comfort advisors, because of the advancing technology and how things change over the years, he's going to say, all right, when we change out this system, I highly recommend for the system to work properly, we either put in another return or we make this one bigger or something like that. He's going to let you know something else to put on there to make the system run more effectively. And I'm not saying that as he's going to throw something else in the bill. A lot of times when comfort advisors do this, they throw those things in, right? Now, that is obviously to sweeten the deal to get you to want to purchase a new system. But the reality of it is, if they're going to put in a new system, the company's not going to want to have to come back to fix something, after they invested their time and energy putting, and their company resources putting the system in. They want to make sure it works properly. They don't want to come back for a warranty where no one's getting paid, right? So a good comfort advisor is going to make sure that you get what you need, but he's going to protect the company at the exact same time. So a lot of times, things like either putting in a new return or expanding the current one, that's going to that's going to be beneficial for everybody, so they're just going to throw that in there. Especially if you're going to be spending $10,000 on a unit, cutting another return in and throwing a grill on, no worries, right? Now, it's different if you got to put in like a riser pipe or something like that. Then yeah, in those situations where it's more material, it's going to be more time, then in that situation it's going to have to be a little bit extra. So, I mean, I know there's just a few things, but that's just a little food for thought. I don't want to have this going on with me rambling and ranting for too long, but HVAC techs and or homeowners, anyone, I don't even care. When it comes to your HVAC system, I don't know everything. You know, I'm still in my first year of doing this. You know, I've passed my 90 days, and the reason why I'm talking about all this stuff is because I am really, really interested in it, and I want to make a career out of this, right? Now, I don't want to do residential my entire life. No. Is there good money in it? Well, if you sell a lot. I don't want to sell a lot though. I want to help. So my thing is I want to spend time in residential, and then I want to move to commercial. And then once I have time invested and experience gained with commercial applications, I want to get a government contract, and I want to deploy with the troops. I want to be able to go overseas and help them, right? Why? Well, obviously, money. Government contracts pay great and they have amazing benefits. And two, because fuck, I loved deploying, you know, back when I was enlisted. So I think that's something that's another way I can give back to a cause that I really feel passionate about. I got a career that I love so much, and if I can deploy with a unit and, you know, help them while they're out fighting the good fight, then you know, what could be better than that? At least from my perspective, you know. Anyway, questions, comments, concerns, gripes, bitches, complaints, put that down in the comment section down below. This is MaceValor signing.